Frigid temperatures could not deter protesters from lining Constitution Avenue ahead of President Trump's first State of the Union address. U.S. Capitol officers in riot gear and Washington police officers lined the streets as more came to greet the president with signs and battle cries calling for his impeachment.
The one-year anniversary of my rage prompted me to come out to the State of the Union tonight and make sure that my presence was felt and my anger toward this presidency was heard.
No! Kathleen and Tom Grant are from Capitol Hill, and they're no strangers to protests, having attended many in recent months. But with this sign, they're hoping to spread love.
Genuinely, it's in need of love. We moved to Washington, D.C. in part because both of us are strongly dedicated to building bridges across political divides. A nation can disagree, but we can all love each other as fellow Americans.
While the State of the Union address tonight is the perfect opportunity for President Trump to advance his policy for the upcoming year, these people out here tonight thought it was the perfect opportunity to let their president know exactly how they feel about him. And once the motorcade drove closer, the chanting became even louder. But not everyone in the crowd was there to voice their opposition. This man, who traveled all the way from Tennessee to support the president, declined to answer questions on camera, but caused a stir after proudly waving a Trump flag amongst the group. In Washington, for Temple Update, I'm Cassie Simeon.
I've been here 16 years, so this is like my 500th snowstorm, so I'm kind of used to it. Never ending until it's all done, but it's March 21st. How many more of these can we possibly get this season? You know what I mean? Today's the second day of spring. Come on, man. Let's get some nice weather out here soon. It's like, what is this? But hey, I'm going to go ahead and do this whole walk here. I actually had this Fitbit on, so whew. Well, I took 16,596 steps, so what's that tell you? One of those things that you just gotta do, right? Getting out and actually moving around, you know what I mean? It actually feels kind of good. Like that over there, that's the big bobcats over there. No matter how many times you hit the horn, they don't move. That's the small one over there, and you can't even see it now, but yeah.
Honestly, to me, it's like a video game.
Sometimes the bobcats are actually the more evil of the two. And plus, I'm moving around, I'm walking around, I got things moving around, you know what I'm saying? Like my bloodstream is going. Right now, we're just trying to maintain. So we'll probably use anywhere between 2 to 4 big pallets of salt. And each one of them contain 1,000 pounds of calcium. And this will not stop. Look at it. This is coming down nice and good now. I love summer. Get to cut grass on the big, big mowers to walk behind. This isn't fun for me anymore. You know what I mean? This weather is not fun. But like I said, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, trying to put a smile on and go about my life. How y'all doing? Said I'm so used to doing this. It doesn't matter. I could come in here in shorts and sandals and do this. You know what I mean? You go with the bed and just do what you gotta do.
Come on.
Home is where the heart is. It's where people experience love.
Okay.
And other times, loss.
That's the way right here. When she had cancer.
And for 87-year-old Albert Hill, the apartment he's called home for more than 50 years on the corner of 10th and Norris is where he's experienced both. He's outlived his wife, 2 of his children,
that's my youngest daughter.
And soon, his own home.
Wait a minute.
5 decades ago, life on Norris Street was just beginning for Albert and his family.
I only had one when I first.
After moving all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. But now he's being forced out.
This is where we've been all our lives. Live here. Now they're getting ready to do something else. We got to move out, and it's possible that we could come back.
Albert received a letter telling him that come April, the Philadelphia Housing Authority will use a $30 million grant to tear down his home and the rest of the surrounding apartments for a new mixed-income housing development to take its place. Many of Albert's neighbors on the block have already moved out. But he's still here, and time is ticking.
Nothing but a life for me.
Until he has to leave 1946 once and for all.
And I've been in and out that door a lot of times, believe it or not.
We just reached them, give them the opportunity they will soar.
President Englert seemed confident Tuesday during his testimony before the Senate Appropriations Committee. He, along with his counterparts from Lincoln, Pitt, and Penn State, made the annual trip to the state capitol to appeal for the continuation of financial support for state institutions.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here.
Englert spoke about the opioid crisis and student safety, but the big topic of the day, keeping college affordable.
Your $150 million Commonwealth appropriation to Temple University actually leverages a significant savings to our students.
1 in 7 Philadelphians have attended Temple University, a number the president credits to low tuition rates.
Some families, when they see a high sticker price, immediately they don't even consider going to college.
$156 million. That's how much Temple received last year from the state. And while the new state budget is still up and coming, North Philadelphia community members are concerned that those funds could be used towards an on-campus stadium. And that, they say, would be crossing a line.
We don't want not one dime of Commonwealth dollars devoted to the creation of a stadium in our community.
Temple's latest renderings were submitted to the city last month for approval. But funds for a potential stadium would come from donors, not taxpayers. Despite having to wait for a new budget to see how much the university will receive, President Englert believes the committee will approve the funding.
There is no better investment for a Commonwealth appropriation than to invest in higher education.